Flavor Flav, a name synonymous with energy and hype in hip-hop, represents the golden era of the hype man. As a member of Public Enemy, Flavor Flav was more than just a sidekick to Chuck D. He was the dynamic force that amplified the group's message and performances. The hype man, once a staple in hip-hop, played a crucial role in energizing the crowd, adding flavor to performances, and supporting the main artist. However, as hip-hop has evolved, the art of the hype man seems to have faded. Where are hip-hop's supporting actors today? The role of the hype man dates back to the early days of hip-hop when live performances were the primary way artists connected with their audiences. The hype man's job was to engage the crowd, repeat key lyrics, and keep the energy high. Flavor Flav perfected this role with his charismatic personality, clock chains, and uncontainable energy. He wasn't just a background figure, he was an essential part of Public Enemy's identity and success. As hip-hop entered the mainstream, the focus shifted from live performances to studio recordings. The rise of music videos and radio play meant that the visual and auditory presentation of hip-hop became more polished and controlled. The spontaneous energy that a hype man brought to a live show didn't always translate well to these new formats. Artists began to rely more on their production and less on a supporting hype man to create excitement. In modern hip-hop, the role of the hype man has been further diminished by the increasing emphasis on solo artists and the use of technology. Auto-tune, backing tracks, and pre-recorded ad-libs have replaced the need for a live hype man in many cases. Artists like Travis Scott and Drake use elaborate stage productions and effects to hype up their performances, reducing the necessity for a traditional hype man. However, the essence of the hype man lives on in different forms. In some hip-hop circles, the hype man has evolved into a more versatile role. For instance, DJ Khaled, though not a traditional hype man, embodies the spirit of hyping up tracks and performances. His catchphrases, energy, and presence on tracks are reminiscent of the classic hype man role. Similarly, artists like Lil Jon have built careers on being larger-than-life personalities who bring hype to their music and collaborations. Despite these changes, there are still artists who recognize the value of a good hype man. Acts like Run the Jewels and Wu-Tang Clan continue to utilize hype men in their performances, maintaining a link to hip-hop's roots. The dynamic between a main artist and a hype man can create a unique chemistry that enhances the live experience, something that can't be fully replicated by technology or solo performances. The decline of the traditional hype man also raises questions about the changing nature of hip-hop performances. As the genre has grown and diversified, the live experience has become more varied. Some artists prefer a minimalist approach, while others opt for high-concept productions. The traditional hype man may not fit into every artist's vision, but the spirit of hype remains an integral part of hip-hop culture. The future of the hype man in hip-hop is uncertain, but the role has undoubtedly left a lasting impact on the genre. Flavor Flav and his contemporaries set a standard for energy and engagement that continues to inspire artists today. While the format may have changed, the need to hype up a crowd and create a memorable performance endures. In conclusion, the lost art of the hype man reflects broader changes in hip-hop culture and performance. From Flavor Flav's iconic presence to the modern evolution of the role, hype men have played a crucial part in the history of hip-hop. As the genre continues to evolve, the essence of the hype man lives on in new forms and continues to influence how artists connect with their audiences. Whether through traditional roles or innovative adaptations, the spirit of the hype man remains a vital part of hip-hop's legacy.